Good day everyone. So it has been said that the characters in Genshin Impact are like the content of Genshin, and in a certain sense I can say yeah, kind of maybe. We all know, part of the content is obviously the gameplay, but that is not the focus of today's video. I actually want to talk a bit about the actual characters themselves and what I would sort of want as a sort of like a little wish list for Genshin Impact to add into the game. So let's just get right into it. We definitely need more character skins. The fact that we're about almost 2 years into this game and we've got 4 skins, of which only 2 are accessible by free-to-play players and the other 2 are like paywalled, is just absolutely unacceptable. If you look at a game, for instance, like Fortnite, there is no shortage of skins right there, and this is certainly something that Genshin Impact could sort of take sort of a note of. I think one of the coolest things that they could add in the game is allowing artists to sort of make skins or create skins, and then have the Genshin Impact team implement them, and then have some sort of shop system that can incentivize us to sort of purchase the skin and thereby supporting the artist. I do not think that people spending their time creating artworks or designing some interesting concepts and so on can should necessarily just be sort of compensated by a meager amount of primo gems, or like with last year's anniversary, something like only 10% get the primo gems and the other ones get like some sort of consolation prize or more. That's totally the wrong way to do it. So what we need is we need more people involved. We need creator codes in a shop, and tied to that we need to be able to have more skins. And this is the big thing. When we play with all these characters, as beautiful as their outfits are, they kind of do get boring over time. They do get kind of stale. And this is what I would want to propose, a sort of token system for skins that will allow even F2P players to get some of the skins. Whilst not necessarily all of them, at least none of the skins should be paywalled. So this is how my token system would work. Essentially, all of the 4-star skins, not to be confused with 4-star characters, all of the 4-star skins would say cost 5 tokens as an example, and all the legendary 5-star skins would cost 10 tokens. Now, the question is, how do you get these tokens? Well, I think having them as a reward for completing an entire event could be nice. So you get 1 token for completely playing through an entire event, and also you gain like a token for completing a spiral abyss with 36 stars. I do think this is more the kind of incentive we would need in the game. And the cool thing here is that if you want a 5-star skin with, let's say, special animations, new animations on the burst or elemental skills and so on, etc., then you as an F2P can still achieve it. You're just going to have to grind a bit longer, but it is not something that is just paywalled and that you'll never ever be able to see. So this is the idea. Whether the skins should cost 5 tokens or 10, whatever the actual number is, doesn't really matter. This is more or less how I would sort of set this up. In fact, I want to take this even further. I would want to say that the token system should also be used to give us new voice lines, to give us more customized voice lines. So for instance, imagine Genshin Impact giving us more character voice lines. Let's say you have 10 character voice lines and you can configure up to 3 of them to play at a given time, and the way in which you unlock voice lines is by either playing, let's say, a story quest. So if it's a 5-star, you play their story quest, or it's a 4-star, you play their hangouts, and at the end of it you gain a token that you could use, for instance, to unlock another or a new additional voice line. I think that'll be really, really awesome. It'll add a bit more spice to what we've already got, and so on. I think we can also have tokens for unlocking new idle animations, which would be really, really cool. So as you guys can see, my entire idea here is that an F2P, through just playing the game, through grinding and being loyal to Genshin Impact and continuing the grind, is not just doing this for the sake of getting a bunch of primo gems, which you, well, let's be honest, all of us impulse gamble it in any case. So once you complete the spiral abyss, you get about, let's say, 3 or 4 pulls, and they mean kind of nothing. All your efforts, all the efforts for playing the game on a long-term basis means you don't really get anything meaningful. And I think in a system like this, where the characters are sort of the like primary focus, being able to give you something additional that you could unlock and that you would always have incentive to keep on unlocking, because look, as a free-to-play, you will not be able to just buy all of the tokens and get all of the content. I think would be a good incentive for people to keep on playing. There will always be something extra to unlock, something extra for you to customize with regards to your favorite characters. And the other thing that I would really like is more overworld interaction. So for instance, let's say you go into Liyue and you find Zhongli, then suddenly he joins your party and a massive mob of level 120 enemies spawn in, and you use Zhongli and there's like a cool little story moment. That'd be like really nice. Or let's say you're walking in Azuma and suddenly you just spot Ayaka on a stroll and you can just ask her, hey Ayaka, how are you doing, and so on. Or you meet Kokomi and she's like busy sort of just walking around on Watsutsumi Island, and you have like a bit of an interesting conversation with her, perhaps like something cool about how cool the ocean is, you know, just something where it feels like the characters are living and breathing in the world around you. I want to go into Mondstadt's Tavern and I want to see Jean sort of sitting there being all tired and overworked. I want to see Klee randomly running around and saying, "Ooh, hello traveler, I'm busy going fish blasting, don't tell Jean." You know, something cool. I think this is one of the big things that we are lacking, and I do think that by triggering randomized events with like very high level enemies where characters can join your party like as trial characters would also like sort of give you a very good experience, especially to a lot of, let's say, new players in the game and so on. And by joining sort of characters, or let's say going out of your way to find characters randomly throughout the map, and by sort of working with them, having sort of speaking to them and so on, you gain more friendship. Let's say you gain some extra little Mora rewards, you know, just something a bit extra just to say, oh cool, that's nice of you to play the game and talk with the characters and so on. The other thing that I'd also like in the game is for you to have the ability to customize, let's say, the earrings, the jewelry on some of the female characters. Some of the appearances of them would be like really cool. Being able to give a character, let's say, a tattoo, or being able to give the female characters different nail polish. I think that would be really awesome. These are just like small things that they could add, but just some things that like remind you that, oh, this is my Kokomi. This is why she is so cool. She's not just another set of numbers that I've got on the screen that anyone else can also sort of achieve. And I think just in conclusion, Genshin Impact's got so much more potential, and I don't know why they're not focusing on this type of content, but hopefully in the future we can sort of get this. Some extra non-combat related stuff. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day. Cheers.